We are live here at Life University. You guys just picked up a really big win tonight, 91-75 over St. Thomas University of Florida. Coach, first, I just want to open it up for any opening statements from you about the game.
Played a really well coached team. They were under. They had some guys that were hurt. I won't say they were undermanned because they had some really good players. They had some guys that were out. It was Coach Moss. He's a good friend of mine. His first game, so hats off to him for having a really good game plan. I was proud of our guys for fighting through adversity and coming out with the win tonight.
Coach, you guys had to face quite a bit of adversity today. You jumped out early, up 18 early in the game. And then St. Thomas switches some things up, and they kind of claw their way back in the game. At one point in the second half, it was tied, but you guys were able to break it open again. So what did you see from your basketball team out there? And was there anything that you learned since it's so early in the season about your team?
Well, I learned we have a resilient team. I know, offensively, we can get hot really quick, as they call it, the spurt ability. We have that with our team, but the fact that we stay connected throughout, the fact that guys rallied together and we got the stops when we needed to get the stops. I think our defense is improving. I think that's something that we have to get better at. It's a work in progress, but I believe in these guys and we will get better.
For sure. Coach, a lot of times you don't see coaches test themselves against such a tough team so early. We're talking about these guys, even under Coach Moss, the new coach, but we're talking about a team that went to the national tournament back-to-back, Sweet 16. Now, this is game one for you guys. Was that something that you wanted to do early on in the season to really get your guys battle tested?
Yeah, when we constructed the schedule, we knew that it would be a very difficult game. Obviously, tomorrow is extremely difficult as well. We wanted to test it early. We knew we would be very talented this year. We wanted to make sure that there were no questions at the end of the year. If we handled our business on our end, that they would question whether we had quality wins or question our RPI or our strength of schedule. I think, as a staff, we sat down and we realized that we had to make some changes in how we scheduled. So we went out to try to find the toughest teams that we could face early. And tonight we were fortunate enough to come out with the victory.
Coach, young man there to your left, Cortez Johnson, 23 points, 12 rebounds. What did you see from your big fella tonight?
Cortez has a motor that doesn't stop. He's an incredible rebounder. We knew when we got him. One of the things someone told me is that he'll be the best rebounder you ever coached. I wouldn't go to say that far, but he's at the end of the year, I may be saying that. He's a really good rebounder. Has a nose for the ball. Is really good around the rim, and he made some big baskets for us when they were making runs. He was really hard to stop down there, and he's a mismatch problem. Can guard multiple people, and obviously, if you put him on the block, he can do some really good things down there as well.
Coach, we talked before about the assist mark for your team, and you guys 20 assists on the day. The unselfishness, is it usually there in the system this early? Or
it is. It is.
Special
we preach it, and these guys believe in it. And hats off to them. We got this guy right here that was knocking down threes. So I mean, it's easy to get assists when you have guys that can really shoot it and make plays, and you have really unselfish basketball players. No one cares who gets the credit. Guys are just wanting to come out there and compete together so we can win a game.
Coach, 28 bench points, 17 of those coming from the young man to your right, Matea. What was it about your bench? Is that something that's going to be a staple for you guys this year? Do you have that much confidence in these guys?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not even really about bench. We've got 9 guys that can start at multiple schools in our league. So I don't look at it as bench. We come into it with a plan. And once, we see who's kind of hot, we kind of roll with those guys. And, some days it may be Cortez, and one day it may be Dar. I mean, you never know. Like, it was first game, Tyreek was really, he was hot. And then this game it was Matea. So at any point, it could be anyone on this team. And that's the value, that we had, that having guys that are unselfish and guys that have offensive talents like we have. That's the value of having guys like that.
Matea, 17 points, in 15 minutes of play, what was it that you were seeing early on that allowed you to score the ball the way you did?
I mean, I saw that my teammates wanted to pass me the ball. I saw one shot getting in, and I felt confident. I just kept shooting, and they just keep finding me, and that's about it.
Cortez, you were able to rebound the ball very effectively in this basketball game, 12 rebounds. That's something I've seen you do game in and game out so far in your time here at Life. Is that something that you come into the game wanting to do, to establish yourself on the glass?
Yeah, of course. I think last year when I was at JUCO, I think I was second in the country in total rebounds. So that's something I pride myself on at halftime. The last game we played, I asked how many rebounds I had. So it's not really about the points for me. I like getting the rebounds. I just had defensive player of the week, 10 rebounds. I'm just trying to keep my average in.
Chipped in also 23 points in this basketball game. What were you seeing on the floor as the game kind of ebbed and flowed that you were able to kind of steady the ship for your team?
I just had a couple good looks early. They couldn't really guard us man to man, so we was getting downhill, and my teammates were just finding me on the dunker spot, blah. I was getting offensive rebounds, and I was making my layups. I had a couple good ones early, and I just kept going from there.
Mattia, I just want to ask you about your head coach. What are some of the things that you see from him and how he builds your guys' confidence up to be able to take some of those shots and continue to believe in yourself?
I think our practices were really intense, and we play a lot, and we learn through that how to play with each other. And he wanted us to go hard every single day, and that's why I think we felt confident in these situations like this, when we had pressure and a good team against us. So I think that was the biggest thing, like going hard every day and playing a lot in practices.
Coach, I know it's way too early in the season for any prediction, but it feels like the sky's the limit for this bunch. How happy are you just overall with your team's performance and how they're coming along so far?
Obviously we celebrate wins here. Wins are very hard to come by, right? But in every game there's a winner and a loser. So we want to celebrate. We have a quick turnaround. So enjoy the win tonight. But when we wake up tomorrow morning, our focus is on Southeastern. I certainly have all the confidence and belief in these guys. They may not believe it all the time because I really hard on them in practice, but I want the game to be a lot easier than what practice is, and I'm demanding of these guys, our staff. We got to do things a certain way, and eventually. And I think these guys are starting to see like the big picture. And I, like as a staff, we talk about it all the time. Like we don't want to let these guys down as a coaching staff. So we want to make sure that we prepare them for everything that's out there.
Coach, next game coming up against Southeastern University tomorrow. As you mentioned, quick turnaround. They scored 125 or 127 points in their first game. Any opening thoughts for that game tomorrow?
Yeah, first-year head coach. He did a tremendous job tonight. That is a well-coached team, incredible. They made 27 three-pointers tonight. I don't know if I've ever seen that. That reminds me of the Golden State Warriors. So it's going to be a tall task for us to come in. I have every belief in our guys that we'll be ready to play, and we'll go home. We'll watch the film tonight. We'll do what we need to do to be prepared for those guys tomorrow in a quick turnaround. But again, hats off to them. That is an explosive, deep, really, really, not even really good, great three-point shooting team.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you for your time. Thanks for speaking with us, and thanks for putting together such a great event and bringing it to Georgia. So we appreciate you, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.